this is actually part 2 of the Him movie Insights. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, this is Andy with Mindset Matters More. And today we are talking about another theme that I got from the movie Him, which was absolutely powerful. And it wasn't like a recurring theme in the movie. It wasn't like a central theme to the movie, but it was a theme that the main character had to learn about. And if you plan on watching the movie, don't listen to this podcast either. But I thought it was like spectacular and I wanted to talk about it. So the theme of the day is taking responsibility as an owner, a founder, a manager, the primary on a task, on a team, the leader, of taking on the responsibility of not only the wins of the team, the business, the family unit, whatever, but also the failures and taking on that responsibility too. So let me tell you about how it went down in the movie. So in this part of the movie, he's sitting there and he's doing a drill. But if he fails at the drill, one of the guys who's helping him gets smacked in the face with a football, going like they put it into like a machine that like they use to like shoot the ball like all the way down the field, but he like stands in front of it, so the ball like literally like busts his face. And so the main character, Caleb Cade, he has to perform under this pressure of being able to perform this drill with other teammates. And so he keeps blaming the other people for their failure, which results in the guy getting hit in the face with the football, and also accepting his own failure. And then so the Marlon Wayans, he comes up to him in his face and he's like, no, as the person who's in charge, as the quarterback, as the GOAT, you have to take responsibility for not only your success, but for your failure and your team's failure. Like, you don't get out of that. You're the one who they're going to come to when you fail. You're the one who they're going to come to when you win. You have to shoulder that responsibility if you want the position of being number one. If you want the position of being at the highest level, you have to shoulder all of that. And so this theme really resonated with me because, you know, not that like I'm in any position to be like greatest of all time at anything yet, but it is, even on a smaller scale, not deflecting the, like, when you failed. Not saying, oh, well, it was their fault while this happened. Oh, this happened. They said this to me. They did that, so I couldn't win. It's accepting that, hey, I'm in this position. I will take it. And having the strength and the courage to be like, you know what? I'll take it. Fuck it. You know what? It's my fault. It's my fault. I should have known that you were going to do that. And that's my bad. I know better next time. Oh, I knew that this person wasn't going to hold up their bargain. I should have just carried their load so that I could win. And it's accepting that you have control over your own destiny if you actually accept the fact that your failure is your own, and transforming that to a success. Seeing, okay, if this is how I failed, how can I transform this to a win? But it's first accepting that that's your failure. Because when you win, you know it's going to be like, yes, I did this, awesome. But you also have to be that type of leader that's going to be like, you know, I was able to do this because of everybody else's success. Because I was able to navigate everybody else's fault, everybody else's missteps, everybody else's participation or lack thereof. I knew that that was going to happen. So I chose to do X, Y, and Z. And that's why we won, because I could navigate all of that. You know, I was watching this documentary about Kobe Bryant. I love the Kobe Bryant story. And he, like, there was a part in there that was talking about how he wouldn't share the ball with people he couldn't trust. Where he knew the people who could perform under pressure. He knew the people who weren't going to be there because they were the ones who were also at practice. They were also the ones who kept up. They were also the ones. And so he took on the responsibility of, you know what? I see that you don't have it in you to be great. So I'm not going to play nice and hand you the ball just so that you can get a fair shot. I'm taking the responsibility of this team being successful by shutting you out because you're not holding up your end of the bargain. And I remember when he said that, or well, he didn't say that, but when they were talking about that and like they alluded to it, I was like, oh yeah. Like you have to be able to read people in order to be successful, because you have to know who are the people that you can actually trust? Who are the people that you can rely on? If you're relying on people who are unreliable, then clearly the fault is yours. Then clearly the reason that you failed is yours, because you're putting your faith in the wrong place. So you have that responsibility to hone not only how you perform, how you show up, but how your team is operating. How it is that your team is showing up. What is it that they are doing to support the win? And if they're not doing that, knowing, well, I have to cut you out because you're not supporting the team. You're not upholding your end of the bargain, so I need to cut you out. Now, what does that mean in the bigger picture, right? That means that you're responsible for your life, win, lose, or draw. Whether it's people relationships or resource management, whatever it is, you're the one at fault. Not your mom, not your dad, not your ex, not your friends, nobody but you. And when you can acknowledge that, when you can come back to, you know what, I'm going to take responsibility because I'm strong enough to handle it and I'm strong enough to transform it, then you are going to reach higher heights than you can ever possibly imagine. You're going to reach more success than you have ever imagined in your life. And that comes with even asking for help. Saying, you know what? I realize that I have this deficiency. How can I learn? Who can I get more information from? Who can assist me with this? It's not about being like, oh, yeah, I failed. I'm a piece of shit because I didn't do this and I'm doomed forever in this. No, it's like also accepting the fact that you failed and then doing something about it. And then moving to the next thing, realizing that, hey, you know what? Okay, that didn't work. Who can I ask to see what does work? That is like the trick right there. And so this movie, he ultimately learns to take the responsibility and gets the team to, perform the exercise. And the guy who was beat to shit with the footballs was like, thank you for letting me participate. It was so funny. I was laughing. It was horrifying, but it was like the guy's face was so jacked up. Well, that's all for me, guys. And let me know, what do you think? Do you think that you have the courage in you to accept that your failures are your own? Do you have the courage to do that? Let me know in the description or in the comments. And in the description, I'm going to put a link to my Substack, to my YouTube, to my book. You guys talk to me, okay? Love you guys. Bye.